Good evening and welcome to Bobzee hour number 16. By the end of today's stream, we will have a third of a day, that's 16 hours of mainstream media scrutiny, where we inspect the news stories of the day and see whether they stack up to truth or not. We will be getting started with that very shortly. In about, let's see, we'll be starting in about a minute. Anyone want to say hi in the live chat? It's always wonderful to know you're there. Okay, see you in a sec. Welcome to tonight's stream. We are going to be asking, did you believe that you have some sort of moral outlook on life, or could it be that you are just a thinly veiled homophobic? That is an accusation put forward against a person who objected to drag queen story time, hence tonight's thumbnail, which we'll be having a look at in a second. Greetings to Susan Byrne, it's great to see you in the live chat. Also to Joker Man, who was commenting earlier on. I'm not sure if he's with us now, but he was certainly in the chat earlier. Said Sunday's quiz night was great, and I much appreciate you saying that, Joker Man. I never declared a winner. Susan, I think you were with us Sunday. Yeah, you all did brilliantly. I just appreciate all of you taking part in that. Speaking of uploads, I did say after tonight's stream we're going to have a whole third of a day's, like 16 hours out of 24 of Bobzee hours. By the time we hit 24, God willing, we make it to 24 Bobzee hours, we'll be I'm going to upload them, I'm going to live stream them all on my second channel and call it the Bobzee Day. And yeah, because they are all available as a playlist. Actually, let's see if I can just show you details of that and where you can find it. Well, I will, if you're watching this stream after I've gone live, I will put a link on the screen to this particular playlist. This is all 16 Bobzee hours that we've had so far. Oh, yeah, for some reason I've called tonight's show Bobzee Hour 15. Definitely Bobzee Hour 16. My apologies for that. Yeah, I'm also going to do Bobzee Minutes, actually. Just take this opportunity to let you know. I do link in the description to all the various places you can find me. And I finally put another video up on TikTok. Again, link is in the bottom of the description. If anyone wants to, I'm going to be putting Bobzee Minutes up on TikTok. Although apparently you can put up to 15-minute videos on here. I'm not sure. I've never really watched it. don't have the app, and it doesn't look like you can do much on TikTok without having the actual app. Lovely to see you, Joker Man. Thank you for tuning in tonight. But yeah, Bobzee Minutes and Bobzee Days, something to look out for. Hopefully you will enjoy them. Yeah, going back to Sunday night's quiz, never declared a winner. It was out of you two, Joker Man and Susan, particularly as you've turned up this evening. Yeah, you're definitely in with a shot at winning. By the way, any suggestions or think you guys want us to look at tonight? What was the... We've got a few stories. Some of them, I guess you could say cringe warning, or if you're a bit queasy or you don't like, if you pass out easy, then you might want to avert your eyes. I'm not sure. I might not even cover that particular story. It's about celebrity superheroes and how some of them can actually burst their own waters when they're about to go into child labour. Thought that was, a traumatic and difficult thing. Not when you're a celebrity. We could read their... See, I don't want to gross anyone out by looking at this stuff. But on the other hand, I also at least want to put my objection to it, to the fact that I think it was some film stars, the daughter, supposedly in inverted commas, of some film star. Where was it? I'm not gonna, Rumour Willis, Bruce Willis's daughter, popped her in water in childbirth. Yeah, why not? I'm sure that's just the sort of thing that goes on. Hey. But anyway, on with this. On with tonight's title. Actually, the thumbnail of tonight's video. Let me just bring it up because I don't think we've looked at it. Let me turn off our intro. Are you a thinly veiled homophobe? Of course, this being Pride Month, it means the mainstream media, if that is something you listen to, is going to be absolutely saturated with images of drag queens, of just these kind of stories. Am I not right in thinking that when going back to a subject we've covered to some degree is Philip Schofield? I put a short out about him recently, and wasn't it in Pride Month when he came out as, gay? I could be wrong, but again, being someone that watches soap operas, guaranteed this month you'll have characters coming out as gay. They even massively promote Pride Month. Bear in mind, remember, pride comes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall, according to the words of the Book of Psalms. Anyway, Scottish Conservative leader and Tory MP Douglas Ross. I would be curious to check out that name's numerical value. He's faced accusations of homophobia over a tweet in which he claimed it's totally inappropriate for children under 6 to attend a drag queen storytime event in his Moray constituency. That's despite, pantomime dames existing and performing in front of children without much issues for many years now. Okay, is there a difference between pantomime dames? Well, actually, good question. Bear in mind, they're all pantomime dames. When we look at characters such as I Popped My Own Waters, Rumour Willis, pantomime dames, that's what these people are. Drag queen story time. That is what we're watching. By the way, this hideous image we've got on the screen here, nothing to do with the story. They just thought they would squeeze in a promotion for drag queen Jinx Monsoon cast in Doctor Who series. Who gives a stuff? I have noticed that particularly on this website, which is where most of the links I click seem to take me. Seem to just put another story that is loosely related, but is actually just promoting something, some rubbish. And nevertheless, Mr. Ross showed how supportive he was of the culture sector by attacking a tweet from the council on Tuesday, where they shared details of the story time with drag act Miss Lossy Mouth. Lossy Mouth, what a disgusting name. Taking place at Elgrin Library. It's totally inappropriate to hold a show like this for kids under the age of 6. Goes without saying, really, but let's see. This, I'm not, I don't care if this guy's Tory or Labour or Lib Dems. A politician's a politician as far as I can see it. Any good-meaning politician that, stands to be elected, they might get into it for one, with the best of intentions, but eventually if they want to get anywhere, they've got to show their allegiance, unfortunately. Yeah, the children's books, which are set to be read, include Tango Makes 3 and Tango Makes 3. Bear in mind, wasn't Tango a reference to the film Last Tango in Paris, isn't that about someone having a fling or some a three-way? This, I don't know, who knows. You could probably read into that book title quite, yeah. Oh, here we go, which is about two gay male penguins. What? Why are they reading to 6-year-old stories about the sexual preferences of penguins? Zizi's a zebra with multicoloured stripes, whose friends don't let her join in with their games, mean little kids, and Unicorn Not Wanted, about a unicorn that hijacks the stories. Why don't you think the unicorn's allowed to join in? Because she wears the rainbow, of course. Miss Lossy Mouth said, as a teacher myself, oh my goodness, that's frightening, I appreciate the way to install a love of reading from an early age is to make it fun. That's exactly what drag queen storytelling does. Nope. Drag queen storytelling is specifically to talk about sexual preferences. That is what every Pride March is all about, sexual preference. It is... Right. Oh, yeah, by the way, my local city... No, sorry, I don't live in a city anymore. I used to live in the city of Bath, and now I moved to a town in Wiltshire. They're having their first gay Pride March on... I think it's a week Saturday. Now, personally, I cannot tell enough people, observe the Sabbath day, for goodness sakes. You will so benefit from it. But that is, my take on life. Observe the day of rest. It is it is a requirement, but whatever. I strongly suggest doing it. So, for me, how offensive it would be to have a gay pride march on the day of rest. It reminds me, last year, I'm sure it was last year, I was in a pub, and that night, the night it happened, I remember talking about it on my Sunday live stream. The pub I was in was run by a gay couple, and they had a gay pride after party. And just that week, I'd been reading the book of Ezekiel. By the way, I was in my local town, and saw a stand saying about giving free Bibles. So I picked one up, and it happened to be a King James's Bible. The coincidence being, I was I've been reading, I've been doing a chapter a day for however long now, 2 years, but for about the last probably 4 years now, I started from Genesis, doing a chapter every time I caught the train to work. Came to some realizations. I have to observe the day of rest. That didn't fit in with my employment and various other things, and I ended up now being in a position to observe every Sabbath day, and I thank God for that. It wasn't without sacrifices, of course, but as last year's Pride events came round, I happened to be reading the book of Exodus. Chapter 8 tells us about idolatry in the temple. This is Solomon's temple. Just after Ezekiel had prophesied that Jerusalem would be captured and that they should exile and give themselves over to Babylon. Anyway, chapter 8 of Ezekiel tells us about all the things that in a vision Ezekiel was shown going on in Israel, and how it all disgusted God. He came across a heavenly being that looked like a man, and a spirit lifted him up to heaven, and in the vision God took me to Jerusalem, to the entrance of the gate of the inner court, where the idol that provokes jealousy stood. A horrific idol in the temple of Jehovah is disgraceful in many ways, and therefore before me was the glory of God of Israel in the vision I had plain. Yeah, and he tells him to look to the north, where they see people, what is it they do? At the entrance, right, Son of Man, what do you see they're doing? Utterly detestable. Have I missed a bit where it says they're bowing down to the sun? Hang on. Let's see. Anyway, yeah, he finds people, worshipping the sun, and then he gets him to burrow into the walls, sees all sorts of horrific things. You know, idol worship. Chapter 9, however, this is the chapter I've been reading on the day that I found myself at a gay pride festival. Gay pride after party, which I gotta say, I was there for about 5 minutes. I got out of there as soon as the man dressed as a woman started singing, which was they were about to do. Got myself out of there. Okay, Ezekiel's in the temple, and then I heard a call out of a loud voice, "Bring near those who are appointed to execute judgment on the city, each with a weapon in his hand." And I saw 6 men coming from the direction of the upper gate with deadly weapons. With them was a man clothed in linen who had a writing skit at his side. In the translation I've got, it's a inkhorn, and they stood beside the bronze altar. Now the glory of God of Israel went up above the cherubim where it had been, and moved to the threshold, and God called to the man clothed in linen who had the writing skit at his side, and said, "Go throughout the city of Jerusalem and put a mark on the foreheads of those who grieve and lament over the detestable things that are done in it." Here I was, I could see myself at this gay pride, a guy coming in with a inkhorn and started marking the foreheads of people, and yeah, had to get out of there. And that, if anyone finds himself, particularly on a Sabbath day, somewhere where a gay pride is going on, just look out for the guy with the inkhorn marking people's foreheads. Of course, it goes on to say, the men with the instruments to destroy and follow him through the city and kill without showing pity or compassion. Slaughter the old men, the young men, the women, the mothers, children, but do not touch anyone that has the mark. Begin at my sanctuary. So they began with the old men who were in front of the temple, and then these people go into Jerusalem and slaughter, and that is the destruction of Jerusalem in the time of Ezekiel. Yeah, so that is, yeah, that as it turns out now, with the next gay pride up and coming, I find myself on the book of Revelation of John, and I said in prayer, whatever the next translation of the Holy Scriptures is that I should read, please make it known to me. And I happened to chance upon a King James Version translation being given out for free in my local town centre, so I was hugely appreciative of that. Oh, it's quiet in the chat room tonight, but Joker Man, I really appreciate you chipping in. Whatever is positive about any of the alphabet suit. I'm avoiding Manchester City Centre for the next 2 months at least. Yeah, how long before Pride Month becomes Pride 2 months, Pride Year, the year of Pride? It's coming. I wouldn't doubt it for a second. Yeah, I would strongly recommend you checking out. It's worth reading Ezekiel from start to finish, but read on chapter 10. Wonderful book. Yeah, this is the tweet in question. Moray Council, just like my local town, are probably going to be tweeting this Saturday. A week Saturday, about oh my god, didn't mean to do that. About the Pride marches. I've noticed all the shops in my town centre are putting up signs about "We support local LTBGTQP XZ," as Jokerman says, alphabet charities. I mean, what do those charities do? What are their main roles? To push sexual preferences on everyone, basically. Come and get yourself labelled. Load of crap. And while you're at it, bow down to our idols. That I have noticed something that seems to be entwined with the LGBTQPXYZ. One of those P's, by the way, you know what that stands for. You don't need me to tell you, I'm sure. Why do you need a man dressed as a sexually provocative woman to read to children under 6, you freaks? Fair point. Gotta be honest, these blue ticks, don't trust them. But the point they're making is pretty spot on. Please tell me why you can invite a granny or an author or anyone else. Why does it have to be a man in a dress? Stop grooming kids. Well, a lot of people don't seem very happy about Drag Time Story Hour. There are at least some people sighing at the detestable things going on in the city. The man with the inkwell, you know, hopefully we'll find some people to mark when his day comes, because he will be back, okay? And it will probably happen during one of these Pride festivals. Just stay the F away. For good. No, I'm not. Alright, whatever. I'm not telling anyone how to live their lives. If that's something you enjoy, just watch out. As I say, watch out for men with smashing instruments and with inkwells and marking people's foreheads. I hope they find many. Jeff Gashead, great to see you in the live chat tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Again, why not old people's homes? No, they're not interested in old people's homes. Well, good question. Why do they not want to influence? The interesting thing is, though, I remember talking about the soaps. I do admit, when it comes to soaps, I'm a bit of a I'm a sad loser in that respect. I watched the soap operas, and Emmerdale, I'm pretty sure it probably did time with Pride. This woman in her 70s, I think, finally came out and told her daughter she wanted to live as a lesbian. Massively put in our head. Okay, by the way, going back to our playlist, I'm pretty sure in one of these I covered Lucy Letby, or maybe it was a Sunday night one. Well, that story is still going ahead. In fact, was it Susan that recommended we look at Lucy Letby in the first place? It was either Maria or Susan, I can't remember. Or it might even have been both of you. Jokerman says the numpties are all over the city centre. I would be interested to see Manchester City Centre. I imagine it is... Because, of course, Manchester is where you have the Salford Media City, where a lot of the media productions get recorded. Shout out, who's that photographer? I can't remember. I know he used his real name, so I don't want to give too many names away, but he used to be in the comment sections of a lot of what you might call truther videos. I can't remember. Anyway, he was the one that pointed me in the direction of Salford Media City, which of course is in Manchester. So, alright, we'll have a quick look at what Manchester City Centre... Chrissy Teigen! The one who didn't know whether she was having an abortion or a miscarriage. Disgusting. Absolute vile. I'm not going too far off the subject. It's just I have covered this woman a few times. John Legend, the musician, is her husband. Spent insane 24 hours thinking she had lost an identical twin. Thinking she had a long-lost identical twin. No, it was just your body double. It's just someone else that came in to fill the role. Whatever. Right, Manchester City Centre. Let's have a look how freaked out it is. Probably no different to a lot of them. I don't know if we'll get actual live pictures. Let's see. Live. I do remember some cities used to have webcams and stuff. Yeah, Joker Man, we'll take your word for it. I'm sure the streets of Manchester are pretty stacked out. Right, so yeah, by the way, going back to our question tonight, are you a thinly veiled homophobe? You are if you have any objection to drag queen story time. Why wouldn't you? Why would you? But then again, who was it made a perfectly good point? That newspaper article. You do take kids to see men in, pantomime dames. Are they that much different to drag queens? I haven't been to a pantomime for years, but I remember I was talking to someone about that Ricky Gervais comedy where he had to play the part of a genie. He was like an actor, extras it was called. And his genie, he had to do all this really camp, double meaning humour where he would sort of say, "Oh, I'd love to get Aladdin," and the parents laugh and the kids don't really get it. But if that, and I've said to person I was talking to about, pantomimes aren't really like that, are they? And he said, "Yep, they're full of this kind of smutty humour that are just for the adults." Well, you would hope so. So, is it that much different? Jokerman says Charlie Vetch exposes a lot. I've heard the name actually. I don't know too much about Charlie Vetch, but if it's a channel you recommend, actually, I think you have pointed me in the direction of that guy before. Yeah, what do you notice about this woman? Look at the width of that forehead. Are you for real? Not a human head. We are not looking at human proportions here. I don't believe we're looking at human proportions, but judge for yourself. I mean, look how small the face is. What's going on? And then the forehead. I mean, I know the eyes are halfway down the face, so maybe the proportions are right, but that forehead looks way too big. But what do I know? What do I know? What's going on with our Chrissy? This is someone who, she went on her Instagram in order to boost her profile, shared photographs of her having a miscarriage with her husband, John Legend. A year later, turns out, it wasn't a miscarriage, it was actually I'd had an abortion all along, but I was just too proud to admit it to myself. Yeah, if I go to my vids, I'm sure I can find it. Where are we? Chrissy Teigen's Vile Discovery. Maybe it's on my other channel, actually. Let's see. Chrissy Teigen Vile Discovery. There it is. It's on my other channel, Chronicles of the Unconvinced, where I will be streaming. God willing, we get to 24 Bobzee hours. I will be streaming all 24 hours in one go. Yeah, this is the... she even posed with her husband. Yeah, this video is called Share Your Miscarriage on Instagram, where she posed with her husband, John Legend, carrying their miscarried child. Wasn't ever even a miscarriage. It was, yeah, another story that's enough to make you feel sick. I did also point out EastEnders did a very similar thing where they presented a story of a young woman who, after a a doctor, tells her child might have difficulties in life, they aborted it. Didn't think twice. Abortion all the way. And then they acted like they had miscarried. My apologies for these absolute, disgusting stories. This being one of them. This is right up there. Gag warning. Watch. Yeah, you might need a sick bucket at the ready. Oh, I see Jeff is talking about Chrissy having to delete all her accounts. Yeah, we have shown some of the images. We have shown some of her tweets. They are pretty weird. No, that's it. They fit right in with Drag Time Story Hour. They're the exact sort of thing you would expect to see in one of them. Anyway, Rumour Willis. Remember celebrities, particularly when they've got big square jaws like Rumour. Obviously, this is this is one they considered a good picture of Rumour. Let's see if we can find any more. Rumour Willis. My goodness, look at that chin. Come on. And, of course, they're a member of the Weird Air Brigade. Why wouldn't they be? Of course they are. There's no question about this one. Freaking those ears show up every time. But if that doesn't... But obviously you're distracted by the size of the jaw. And then you remember, oh, Bruce Willis, that famous film star. Of course everything's legit with this one. She will have you feeling like she's a superhero. Bow down and worship this person. No doubt, we look on their Instagram account, because I guarantee that's where all this rubbish will be coming from. Instagram. Rumour Willis popped her own waters when she was giving birth. As I said, you know, gag warning. Just bear in mind, this is all made up. The 34-year-old actress and her partner, Derek Richard Thomas, I wonder what he looks like. Soft skin, soft face, very clean shaven, maybe. They welcomed daughter Luetta into the world on the 18th of April, and she recalled how her labour at home was going to plan. Huh, you lot going to hospital? These superstars just give birth at home. Everything was going to plan, suddenly moved quickly, and she dilated from 2 to 8, okay, meaning she was ready to start pushing the fluids. So, oh, but the fluids were still intact. So what does superhero Willis do? Rumour, who had her boyfriend, Mom Demi Moore, sisters Tula and Scout Willis with her, record on the Informed Pregnancy podcast. No, sorry, it's a promotion for a podcast after all. My doula, which is someone that helps with pregnancies, apparently, was checking me and felt my water bag bulging, but still not popping. So I was like, well, should we break it? Well, you can. I'm like, what? I was like, are you serious? I reached my finger up there, and I'm feeling, and it was crazy. I could totally feel this little bag. What's the one thing weirder than what this woman's saying? Okay, someone taking pictures of it. It feels like a water balloon. The doula said, okay, in the next contraction, just push your finger against it. She did, and it popped. I think there's a photo of me. What? And I had this look of shock and surprise on my face. You must be kidding. I don't know what this video is about. Bruce Willis's wife. Not interested. Oh. Adorable thing did in response to dad's disease. Yeah, things have progressed. Yeah, here we go. Given birth, superstar. It was like, I pushed a little bit. Oh, what? A little bit? Oh, well, I pushed a little bit. I pushed harder than I've ever probably. Quickly backtrack on that mistake she just said. And it was one push and the head was out. Push again and the whole body was out. What a superhero. No pulls in between. It's very easy when you're not really pregnant and you can just make up any old crap you want. Or obviously you're reading the script and it told what to say. Yeah, Jeff says Bruce Willis's son. Of course it is. And Jokerman says, never rub another man's rhubarb. I'm not going to disagree with you on that. My midwife and my partner caught her, so she literally popped out. It was the wildest thing. She had a cord wrapped around her neck, but it was wrapped around her body like a prom sash. I bet if you look for reborn dolls, real-born dolls, you would see one with a prom sash, but whatever. And we had 4 hands. Okay, that's about as far as I'm going with this story. But just typical of the sort of trash that mainstream give us. What is Bruce Willis's disease? I've not heard that one. Do we want to watch this 30-second video? Hang on.
So I have to tell you this story, and I'm going to try and do it without crying. Because when Evelyn told me this story, I was an absolute puddle. Okay, here we go. So Evelyn says to me the other day, did you know that people with dementia can become severely dehydrated?
Okay, people with dementia. Yeah, absolutely. Make sure people are hydrated. Okay, let's see. Jeff Gashead says midwives are very skilled. Most certainly are. This Demi Moore's, sorry, yeah, is it Demi Moore's daughter? This person didn't need a midwife. They used a doula, which I think is like a, someone that would cleanse your aura whilst helping you give birth. Jokerman says a 24-hour stream sounds ace. Yeah, it would be. Some channels do it. I mean, quite a lot of channels do it. They just put on a load of videos one after the other, and why not? It's not a terrible idea by any means. So yeah, if we ever reach 24, then we'll do a Bobzee day. The problem with the way I work, now I've said that, I'll probably end up, this will be the last Bobzee hour I do or something. I don't plan it to be. I do want to get to 24, and then I'll take a break and, yeah, see where we go after that. So, God willing, we've got 6 more of these to go. Jokerman would like to do a podcast with a midwife. I would like to... Oh, and yeah, Jokerman points out dementia is what Bruce Willis had. Right, strange, because that's another one. Julie Goodyear is apparently another celebrity who has, this is another one that comes in the news. I do remember every so often, like, is it Julie Goodyear or her husband? I'm sure she was in the news with stories about her also having dementia. Yeah, she's been diagnosed with dementia. There we go. Yeah, once you let a doctor diagnose you, then unfortunately, as a conspiracy theorist, and maybe it's a bit... they got their numbers in. Love it. Her beloved husband, Scott Brand, 55, released a statement on Wednesday which said, my darling wife and I have had to come to terms with this heartbreaking diagnosis. Absolutely, anyone being diagnosed with dementia is probably already on some sort of treatment plan from their doctor. Who knows what kind of side effect. Yeah, Julie Goodyear, another one. I'd be interested to see how that left leg swings. Looking at the gaits of people. There's another one with the ears, by the way, another actress on soaps. All these people have these strange pointy ears, I will say that. Is that a coincidence? How many people in your life do you see with ears like this? Now, both these people we're going to look at now are from Coronation Street soap operas. If the computer loads. Hopefully we haven't... Maybe I'm overrunning things a minute, bear with me. Let's check everything's running smoothly. I hope so. Hopefully we haven't lost things. Sometimes you just have to give it a minute. Let me check the playback a minute. Yeah, it seems to be playing back alright my end, I think. Oh, here we go. Yeah, both these celebs... Hang on, let me shut a few web pages. Let me shut a few of these pages down, because I might be pushing things a little bit. Goodbye, Rumour Willis, and your very wide jaws and funny-shaped ears. Okay, we got these images yet? I hope I'm connected to the internet. Or else, how am I streaming? Here we go. Right, Michelle Keegan hasn't been in Coronation Street for years, but I think she, like very many celebrities, took part in one of these gosh awful celebrities. programs like X on the Beach or some crap like that. Look at the ears. Hang on. Notice the ears, okay? Right. Now, why might ears be significant to me? I am somebody that believes the characters we see on Coronation Street are not necessarily played by the people the credits tell us they are. So let's go to this other Coronation Street actor, and find Lynn Kennedy. Completely unrelated, someone completely different. What standout feature do you think this person's going to have? Yeah, there we go. Once again, the ears. Why must it be this way? Don't know. My view is that... No, there we go. Pointy ears. Always pointy ears. Who knows why that sort of thing happens, but... Yeah, I did see another celebrity couple that had supposedly... Molly May Hague, was that it? I'm pretty sure it was. Yes, another celebrity that are saturating Instagram with their absolute garbage wedding baby photos. Molly May Haji, or Haji. Let's see. Molly looked gorgeous in a white dress as she carried daughter Bambi down the aisle in front of friend and manager Francesca Britton's wedding. The former Love Island star, they're always on Love Island. Or, you know, from these sorts of things. The reality star who has worked alongside Francesca, right. Here we go. What this is, you may think this is just a mother on Instagram trying to share pictures of her baby. Nope. What they're actually doing are promoting this brand of pram. That is all this is. Who in their right mind would, you know, just sell out their own child for a product placement deal? Doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Every one of these will be product placement deals, I expect, like these dresses. I expect in the post where we read about, you know, that come attached, and once again hiding the baby's face. Why would they do that? Because they can't be stuffed to animate it. Actually, I came across some videos of babies, which, see what you think. Okay, again, this news article is just another opportunity to promote these celebrities' Instagram accounts. That is because every second post by these celebrities on Instagram are just product placement deals. Let's see it. Molly May Hague. I won't inflict too much of it on you. Does that mean Molly May hasn't really given birth? You will have to be the judge of that. I know what I think though. I'm going to say no, because install Instagram app. Yeah, is this meant... She's on holiday in Barbados and must have found the only bar which is completely empty. I mean, where is everyone? Every glass in place, every counter wiped clean, not a scrap. You know, this person isn't in public. The nicest beach ever. Yeah, I bet. How could I ask for anything more on my birthday? Right, no doubt this person did loads of photo shoots whilst pregnant, probably shared pictures of their baby bump every 2 minutes. But talking of fake babies, am I saying that's what this is? Look at this guy's hair. Goodness me, how ridiculous is that hair? Literally not one strand out of place on either of them. These people aren't real. Unreal. Jacket, pretty little thing. There you go, product placement deal for the jacket. And they've even let you know where you can find them for yourself. That is what these Instagram accounts seem to be about. Beauty Works Online, another product placement deal. these are a business, and to think that, yeah, always photo shoots whilst pregnant. She's got it. I bet she's done one. We'll probably even see her working out. Yeah, here we go. Self-care days. Okay, whatever. I'll just whore out my pregnancy for a product placement deal with Filtered by Molly May. Oh, that's her own product. Yeah, what was that video I saw? Let me see if I can find it. We will have a look at... Is this it? Right, oh, this is Prince Harry in trouble with Spare. That wasn't the video I wanted. I do have a link to it, though. Here we go. Check out these videos. See what you make of this one. I don't know who it's from. Should we put audio with it?
Gently in and out with the tide.
Look at them.
No one
I don't know how well it plays back.
But Daddy, who loves you an ocean full more? Shame.
What a strange voice. I'm turning the audio off. Does this baby look like it could be... I don't know. Judge for yourself. When I saw it... Okay, it's even in... The speed's all wrong. Why would they need to mess with the speed of this video? Let's see what they're doing with the audio. Okay, they've slowed it down. I don't know, all I see there is a... I mean, it looks good. Looks very good. But... Again... Okay, judge for yourselves. I'm going to say fake AF. Do you know what? We're coming down to the last 10 minutes of this Bobzee hour, so I am going to start wrapping things up in a minute. Obviously, I mentioned Prince Harry and how he... Every news article about Prince Harry is just a promotion for his book. By the way, if you want to see what sort of animations can be done on children, watch this ad for Amazon. This is how easily, you know, the professionals can do it. They can overlay anything they want on these kids. Right, what is the actual ad? Sorry. Yeah, every article about Prince Harry was just an advert for his book, Spare. Now he's going to court to defend some of the stuff he says in it. I will say...
It's all descriptions of his previous drug use.
I will say I've come across many articles where people are calling into question how legitimate what this guy says is. A lot of them say, you know, a lot of the things him and Meghan say on their media productions seem to get called out as being inaccurate. Like Meghan claiming that they had a private ceremony in their garden before the wedding. I don't know. A lot of lies about these people. And it all seems to be one massive advert for their book. Jokerman says at least she doesn't have green hair. Who doesn't have green hair? Okay. Right, again, more fake baby images, possibly. Is this legit? Is this real? Is Kate really dealing with, you know, is this just more fake baby nonsense? Look at her sloping forward, by the way. Who knows? I trust so little about what is written on these people. She's got a firm jaw. You may have noticed that. Okay, I mentioned Lucy Letby. We'll bring up our numerology calculator. Doesn't matter. Lucy Letby. Okay, it's a 28. But LL, of course, L has a numerical value of 3. So two L's together, Lucy and Let Be, kind of is a 33. Two threes together, by the way. We've kind of been following this story since the beginning, since it came out. Again, another one of my videos on my Chronicles of the Unconvinced channel is about Lucy. Where is it? There we go. Is the Lucy Let Be trial a psyop? I'll probably put links to these videos in tonight's description. Yeah, is it was it a psyop? My verdict was, I don't know. You'll have to watch this. If you haven't seen this one before, then I will certainly put a link at some point in the live chat. I'll do it now. I'll put it in the live chat, and I'll certainly put it in the description of tonight's video. Let's see. Yeah, we are going to be wrapping up in the next 5 minutes. So yeah, massive thanks to Jokerman, Jeff Gashead, and Susan Byrne, who have taken the time to comment in the live chat tonight. Yeah, I think the video I did about Lucy Let Be came from the Bobzee show, which was a shorter one. A shorter live stream I used to do for the most part. Let's see, hang on. Okay. We are fast approaching. Let me catch up with the live chat, because I haven't had too close a look at that so far. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thanks guys for taking the time to comment in the chat, by the way. Oh, Jeff mentions Chrissy eating children. It wouldn't surprise me. Again, it's something else I've made videos of, even on this channel, about. It was done, I think it was done as a joke, but these people started going on about, let's eat babies to stop the climate change. Yeah, you're never going to stop the climate changing. It changes every single day. The climate will be slightly different. So good luck with that. Okay. Right, yeah, probably not a bad time to mention when I will be back for Sunday night live stream. Will be at 10 o'clock UK time. That's British summer time at the moment. Where I stream for a little bit longer. I normally go on for about an hour and a half. We went on for near an hour and 45 this time. If you haven't already seen last Sunday's quiz night, congrats to everyone who took part. Let's see if I can just find it. I will put a link to it again in the description, maybe. I thought it wasn't a bad, it was quite a fun quiz to do. Can you spot a fake baby? Right, so yeah. My recommendation would be that after you've enjoyed the Sabbath day and had a day of rest, check us out over on Sunday night. I'll certainly be back. Yeah, my plan is, actually, I was mentioning TikTok. What I plan to do is take some of these, some of the questions that I had about were they fake, were they a doll, were they CGI, or were they real, and put them up on TikTok. So, Bobzee Minutes, question 1, is this, real, fake, CGI, whatever. Yeah, again, I might start populating my TikTok account, see how we get on there. Okay, we are down to our last few minutes. This is likely a good opportunity for me to... Let me just see, hang on. For me to thank Midnight Scribbler, otherwise known as Jokerman, who's in the live chat tonight, and Linda Mack for supporting me over on Patreon. I've also been generously supported by Skeptic936 and Nathan Oakley, and so my thanks to them also. There are ways in the description of tonight's video. There's a link to Cash App, Patreon, etc., where you can offer your support if you're in a position to do so. If not, I fully understand. I do ask if anyone wants to hit the thumbs up button. Again, that is really massively appreciated. And why not subscribe and even consider sharing this video if you think it's worthy of a share. Right, and that just leaves me to, give yourself a day, give yourself sundown tomorrow till sundown Saturday. Just have a day away from the shops. Keep, like Joker Man says, avoiding the town centre. Just try and avoid buying, selling, working. That's my advice. Honestly, personally, I believe I benefit massively from it. But live your life as what works for you, you know. I wish you all the best. Okay. Right. I'm going to thank Susan, Jokerman, and Jeff Gashead, who took the time to comment tonight in the chat. I will be leaving links to any videos or playlists or any such things we might have highlighted during the stream. And I'm going to start wrapping up. I want to leave you with... Let me see. Hang on. Let me leave you with Ezekiel... I'm reading this from the King James Bible that I was given today. Ezekiel 9, chapter 11. And behold, the man clothed with linen, which had the inkhorn by his side, reported the matter, saying, I've done as thou hast commanded. Now, the man with the inkhorn was told to mark the foreheads of anyone sighing over the desolation of Jerusalem. And once he had done that, 6 heavenly beings with instruments to destroy smashed the place. So now, of course, I thank everyone who supports this channel, everyone who hits the thumbs up button, and big thanks to our creator Yehovah for his abundant loving kindness and for allowing me the opportunity to do tonight's live stream with you. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's been in some way educational, I guess you could say. I hope you can join us Sunday for total mainstream annihilation. That's what I call... that's what TMA stands for, 10 PM. Okay, it's time for me to say over and out. Thank you for joining us for the Bobzee Hour. We'll be back with episode 17 next week. Okay. Take care, one and all. Have a wonderful weekend. Observe the Sabbath day. And I hope to make it back Sunday. Okay, time for me to say over and out. Good night.